Margot, hi there. Thank you so much for your patience. I feel awful that it has taken me so long to get your reading to you. And thank you for your reminders and just sticking with it and for being understanding, because that really means a lot. Okay, I'm happy to be here doing your reading for you now, finally. Um, yeah, like I said, life has just really been crazy and has gotten in the way lately. And I'm moving soon back to the Midwest. Um, Actually, that's happening in a couple days now, so I'm getting everything ready, getting my van all packed up, and we're going to be driving back. So I hope you can hear me okay. The decks that I'll be using for you today are just the Rider-Waite Classic Tarot deck, as well as this Aquarian deck that I'll be using as well for you today. We're going to get some messages kind of just about what's going on in your life, and sorry, just fixing my hair here a little. And what's happening with you. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's see here. Well, I don't know you very well, obviously, but I feel like you're a really nice, awesome energy person is what I get from you. I think just the way you reacted and how understanding you've been when I kind of just let you know, like, I'm sorry, I've totally put these readings on the back burner. I haven't done any readings for a few days except for my friend Brenda. I did an in-person reading with her the other day because she really needed that. That was the first reading I'd done in a long while, and I'd actually totally forgotten about the ones I'd even had in the queue just because of everything going on in the world. It's just been so crazy, so please forgive me. Okay, let's get started here. Spirit, we're going to get some messages from Margot here today. I'm going to see just what Margot has going on and what sorts of things Margot can do, to improve her situation. Wow. Okay, this is kind of a crazy start. So I got the Tower in reverse, which the Tower for me talks about a moment that is like the breaking down of everything. But when I see this card in reverse, I sort of see it as this sense of stability that you have and that you possess, where it's like, to me, what this feels like is the world could be crashing down around you, Margot, and you would be like, it doesn't matter because I have my stability and I have myself and I have the power that is within me, and I understand that on such a deep level that all of these things going on around me and all of this chaos around me, it can't really affect me. And so that's what I see from the Tower in reverse. It's like there are things going on around you that are crashing down and absolutely going hog wild everywhere, all over the place, however you want to put it. But you have this oneness about you and this wholeness about you that cannot be shaken. And so next I have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this talks to me about someone who has taken their struggles with money. So it feels to me like the Queen of Pentacles upright is sort of like someone who is at one and at this really high level of demand and of control with their finances. But seeing this in reverse to me just says that there have been financial struggles in your life that you have overcome by having this energy of, okay, so things are going on around me, things that are beyond my control, things that are happening, things that are trying to put a damper on me and my energy are happening, but I'm not letting them. And so this talks to me about just basically how any sort of struggles with finances or money, you are sort of handling with such intent where you're letting it slide right off of you. You're like, okay, so people want this money from me and people want that money from me. Okay, they can have it. You know what? Give it to them. If they think I owe them, I'm going to pay those debts because I don't want to have that on me and I don't want to carry that around. So that's just sort of what I'm seeing from the energy so far here in the reading. Next I have the Magician in reverse. So this talks to me a little bit about feeling like your hands are tied. The Magician upright is sort of like working your magic in a way to get things done. But when I see this card in reverse, I sort of see a sense of feeling as if you can't really make a certain move right now. where it's like my hands are tied. I'm caught up in a sense of between a rock and a hard place almost, where I'm pushing up against a stone. There's a decision I feel like I have to make, or something I feel like I should be manifesting or moving forward, but there's a block. There's something that is in the way of that right now. And what I see from this Three of Pentacles that I get next is that it looks like there are just negotiations. It's people that are holding you up, people that don't quite understand in the same way that you do, people that haven't quite evolved to the same level that you have. It's what you're dealing with right now, and it's like, it's holding you back in a sense, because you're like, I don't want to have to waste all of my time and my energy teaching them how to ascend to this level that they need to be at right now. Just with the time that we're in and with everything that's going on and just with how our lives are unfolding right now, it feels like you're having to negotiate with people. You know, and you're like, I don't understand why these are things we need to negotiate right now. This feels like basic human rights. This feels like basic knowledge, like normal stuff that we should know and be on the same page about. So that's just what I'm seeing. These blocks here in communicating with people or getting on the same page as certain people around you. So that's what I got for the first part of this reading. Now I'll do some clarifiers for these cards with the Aquarian deck here. I hope that what's happening there resonates a little bit with you so far, at least. Yeah, those are some strong messages to get. Those 3 major Arcana cards in reverse right off the bat. It's really powerful. Let's get some clarifiers here. Spirit, we want some clarifying information for Margot here. Okay, we have the Hierophant. Alright, so here I have the Hierophant, which is just sort of like someone that's very much so in their energy. So as I was saying from this top row of things, it feels like things can go on around you and things can happen in your world that try and bring you down and try and crash you down, but you have such power that you've built up in your heart and in your soul and in your being and in your person that it almost feels like things can't really get you down. When I see the Hierophant, I see like, all right, I have all of these struggles and all these things in the first row of the reading here that I've been dealing with and in my life that I've been dealing with. But when I see the Hierophant, I just sort of see like letting it roll right off of you and almost being like, these are lessons. These are lessons that I'm a master of my universe and what I'm manifesting for myself. Next, I have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this just says that you've kind of moved beyond a point where you are thinking all the time about how you need to make money. I think that when I see this card in reverse, I just see that you've spent so much of your time thinking about money and finances and how you can get that in order that at you at this point in your life, you've come to this zone of comfort or even discomfort where you're so used to like not having enough as far as finances go that you've just sort of accepted it, is what I'm feeling from this. And I can definitely understand that. I don't know you at all, like I said, but from the finances kind of Pentacles cards I'm getting here being in reverse, it just sort of tells me that either you don't have to worry about money at all because you have enough of it and you're comfortable, or that you're so used to being poor, basically, so used to not having enough that feels comfortable to you now. You're so resourceful and you've learned so much so how to be better at surviving in this world without necessarily being rich. And so that's kind of what this talks to me about. Next, I got the Two of Rods in reverse. So this just sort of says there's a lot by way of uncertainty. As far as your ideas and where you're at goes, you're at this sort of crossroads where you're like, okay, for me as a person, where should I go next? And I feel like I've been granted by the universe this sort of, pause or break kind of in what's going on, like the norm right now as far as economically and as far as societally as it goes. It feels like there's sort of a break in that, or we're seeing a big change in that. And, okay, cards are flying out of the deck now. I have Justice. So I have a Justice card here for you. What that tells me is that there are some big judgment calls that need to be made or that are being made for you right now. Next I get the Queen of Rods. That was in reverse. And Strength in reverse. So this just says when it comes to making these big decisions, or when it comes to making these moves, you're kind of upside down right now in your ability to have a full grasp on that. Like, you're trying to break it down in a sense of where you understand it in this new way where it's like, okay, everything that's going on and everything that's happening, I need to sort of take a moment to find where I fit in all of that and what my role is in all of that. So when I see the Strength in reverse, I just see you're trying right now to find your voice. It's like you've been kind of wondering, how can I be of assistance right now, or how can I best serve myself, or how can I best serve my family or my loved ones or the people around me or just the community in general, or the bigger picture of what's going on right now. How can I best serve that? And you're really reflecting on that, and you're really trying to find your voice and trying to find your strength right now. And that's just what I see from this. So I'm going to keep going, pulling some more cards here. We'll go back to the Rider-Waite deck. I like to kind of mix and mingle which decks I'm using, just because it kind of gives me a bigger idea. So let's get some more cards for Margot here, sort of see, maybe let's delve into some blockages and some things that we could work on to kind of assimilate, not necessarily assimilate, but sort of, what do I want to say, like, I'm just feeling this big energy of a need to make ourselves more useful, and you're really thinking about how you can be the most effective in this time. And so I want to get some messages on maybe some blocks that you have felt and that have had. So I got the blank card, which is crazy. A lot of readers don't read these blank cards, but I have one in this deck, and I always read it. And this is sort of like a clear start, a new start, completely a fresh beginning. Like, the world is your oyster. Like, you have anything and everything you want at your hands in a sense of what you could do and where you could go moving forward from where you're at. I see the Three of Swords in reverse, which talks to me about heartbreak that no longer affects you. So you've had things that have broken you and things that have tried to bring you down so much, and I'm seeing that a lot in this reading. And you've even had love circumstances and situations that have tried you and tested you and pushed you to your limit and to your wit's end. But that does not affect you anymore. I just see that you have this whole energy of like, brush it off my shoulders. I don't care. You know what? Because I live my life on my terms, and I do what I want to do. And that's really what I'm seeing from this energy in this reading. I have the Knight of Cups next, which is a testament to all of that, just saying, hey, you know what, listen, I am on my high horse right now because I've worked really, really hard to get to where I am. I've worked really, really hard to get through all of these different things that I've come through and work through all these different hardships and fighting on the good side of things. I know that I'm on the right side of history. When it comes to what I'm fighting for, my intentions are pure. And so I am the Knight of Cups now. I am a person that understands my own emotions and that, lets them flow freely, but also has control over them. And I see that a lot for you right now. So that's really good. Let's talk a little bit about the loss that you've experienced recently. I'm really, really sorry about that, by the way. I'm right there with you, though, honestly. And I'm sending you a lot of love and a lot of light right now. I hope that you're liking this reading. Like I said, I haven't done one in so long, but it's very nurturing and refreshing to get back into it always. So thank you so much. Actually, I wanted to bring this card up that I have at the bottom of the deck because the last couple times I've shuffled the deck, I've seen this card at the bottom of the deck. And I don't just think it's not because I'm not shuffling well. I think it's because this card wants to be seen. And this card really just talks to me about the dark night of the soul. This card talks to me about really getting to your darkest place and sort of facing your demons in this sense of, I have been met with almost my maker. I have been met with the struggles that I am up against. And I see them and I take them for what they are worth. So that's really powerful. That talks to me a lot about the struggle that you've been through and everything that you have been able to overcome as a powerful, amazing, and mystical being that you are. And everything that you've dealt with, how none of that has really had a bad impact on you, because it's all made you so much stronger and has given you so much more depth of character and so much more depth of emotion and so much more understanding for what you have going on and for what your purpose is here. And so I love to see that. Next, on the bottom of the deck, I have the Lover's card. I was just called to read the bottom of the deck cards for you. And so with the Lover's card, I see a union that is unlike any other. And it could be a union with yourself, is what it could be speaking about, where you found yourself in this way where you're like, holy shit, I really know myself now. Pardon my language. I sort of cuss like a sailor sometimes, but it's a different story for a different day. Where you sort of found yourself in the sense of, I know who I am and what I'm doing, and I know exactly how to understand myself in a sense of listening to my higher self and my intuition. I know how to make the proper decisions for myself moving forward and going through this life. But this also talks to me about a union of romance, where you could be in this place right now where you've met someone or you're with someone even. Like I said, I don't know for sure your situation specifically, but you could be with someone or you've met someone that you're like, wow, I really love this person. I feel a part of them is a part of me, and these parts of us come together to make this amazing thing. And so that's what I see with the Lovers here. Then now I have the 5 of swords, so 5 of rods in reverse. Sorry, they don't say the names of the cards, so I kind of have to see what it is. Fives are all about a little bit of a completion. And then when I see rods in reverse, I see you kind of feeling like things are up in the air still. So there's a bit of information that is unbeknownst to you, or information that you don't know. And so moving forward, when it comes to the way that you're thinking about things, or the way you perceive things, or the way that you perceive yourself, you feel like you're missing a piece of information right now. And so you're waiting around for this kind of big message. We're going to get a little bit more into that. We're going to see what that's about. You feel like you're waiting for some kind of news to come in, like you've been kind of building yourself up and preparing for this new chapter. Spirit, I want to read a little more into this new chapter, the energy that Margot has been kind of waiting on. Let's see, I'm just getting a big message about that right now with this last card, where it's like, I have been, oh my god, okay, whew, the moon just jumped out at me. So I just got the moon that jumped out of these cards here, and the moon is one of my favorite cards. It's a Pisces card. I haven't been reading really the energies. When I read tarot, a lot of readers will go into the energies, like which signs and which elements each card is about, and I don't normally do that, but when I see the moon, this is a big Neptune card, this is a big water card, that's the element of this card, and the moon is all about Pisces, so it's about not only the illusions around us, but the disillusionment of those illusions. So it's sort of like not knowing and having this big unknown factor and this sort of mystery about the world. And we don't always get to know the answer. That's really what this card tells me, is that so everything that's going on and everything we see henceforth and forthcoming in front of us and what we're moving towards, we don't always get to know what that is going to be or how we should approach that. And so that's just what the moon coming up on the top here is telling me. That you have a lot of ideas and things about you right now that are maybe changing slowly but surely. But you have a lot of things still that you feel like you need to learn. And I think that's a really bright and really light and awesome energy to go into things with. Because if you go into things eager to learn and eager to understand differing viewpoints and differing opinions, I think that then you're going into things in the right way. And who's to know what right from wrong is really, but I think we know. At the end of the day, in our hearts of hearts, we know right from wrong. And I think, right now you're just learning a lot. You're learning a lot about the world you live in and your place in it and yourself. So let's get a few more cards from Margot here. Let's get some movement forward, what we can do to kind of propel things forward in a positive way. Spirit, thank you. I got a good number of cards here. Wow, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have the 8 of Rods in reverse here. So this is just kind of a bit of poking and prodding that the universe is doing at you right now. The universe is kind of telling you, like, you have this bigger meaning, this bigger purpose that you're here to fulfill. And so you have some work and some effort to put in, I see with this next card, to get there. And this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of Swords. This is a card about working. This is a card about dedication. This is a card about moving forward. So what I see here from these guidance cards are that you have a little bit of understanding of yourself and what you want to do and what you need to do and what you are doing to get to the bottom of still. And you're working towards that because you are a diligent worker and you are dedicated to the things that you do. But I see here that this is a reminder to stay dedicated to that and to realize that you are on the right path as far as your working life and your spiritual life come together and recognize one another right now. Next, I see the Hermit in reverse. So the Hermit talks to me about needing to reflect and needing to take some time to yourself to understand things. But this card in reverse talks to me about your need to kind of get out there and connect with people and to communicate with people and to collaborate with people in a way where you are working together with them to understand new perspectives and understand new things. So you are looking outside of yourself now, what I see, to try and gather information, you know, and this information is going to help you evolve and is going to help you look at the bigger picture in ways that you haven't before. And so I think that's really big. Next, I see the Fool in reverse. So this sort of just talks to me about a little bit of apprehension. So with moving forward and with trying to understand things in this new sense and coming into this new world and this new age that we're living in, I do see a little bit of apprehension here. So just kind of think about it in a naive way. Think about your child self and how your child self would think about things and kind of want to take new things in. Don't be burdened by change is all I mean. Don't be afraid of new things that are coming in, because all of those new things that are coming in are good things for you, I'm seeing, and for the world in general, for all of us. Oh, that was a really weird shuffle. Okay. We're going to get your last messages here. We're going to kind of end the reading here. I have Judgment again. Judgment again talks to me about maybe you're judging yourself too harshly or maybe you're judging others a bit too harshly. Wow, okay. So maybe you are judging yourself too harshly or judging others a bit too harshly, because I see the Ten of Swords next, upright, and that just kind of talks to me about swords in the back, sort of like backstabbing. You know, maybe people have been judging you. Hey, dogs, come here, guys. Sorry, my dogs are running around, so I gotta be sure they're safe. They're having their little free time right now. Okay, this talks about, you know, maybe just judging yourself harshly or judging others harshly, like I said. Crazy dogs. And maybe it's been hurtful, you know, to you. The way that someone has been kind of, it seems as if they've been a little harsh with you and a little bit stingy and a little bit, oh, well, is this really what you're doing, or is this really what you want to do? Or maybe you've even been like that with some other people. And these cards just tell me that you got to be easy on yourself, not only yourself, because this also could be about yourself, where you're judging yourself too harshly or thinking of yourself in these terms of unrealistic expectations. So I think these two cards talk about just being easy on yourself and being easy on the ones around you and realizing that we're all going through this journey. I have the Tower in reverse for you again, which I think that's crazy to me. That is just insane, because your reading started out with the Tower in reverse and your reading is now ending with the Tower in reverse. So that talks to me about big, big changes that are happening around you and the way that you are almost unfazed by them because you're so powerful. You're so powerful in your energy and so powerful in your understanding of the universe and your place in that. So that is the reading I have for you. Margot, I hope you liked it. Thank you so much again for your patience. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. If you would like any further clarification about this reading or just anything in general, if you want to talk, I am totally here for it. And thank you so, so much again for your patience and for your donation and for your kindness. I really appreciate it. I hope this reading finds you well. Thank you.